My mind is tuned like a gun assault. I train it every day. Focus sharp as a blade. Heart in balance, never sways. Body moving heavy, spirit rising light and bold. Forgiveness in the pocket, worth more than gold. Fit mind, fit body, fit spirit. We ride, walking in God's living room for healing. Open eyes, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I stand tall, grace in my lungs, power on my tongue. I conquer all. I pace the floor down, I spread the face right on. Quietness breaks the choke, cold fear gets me drawn. Every step a sermon, every breath a prayer. In a simple love, endurance, something to repair. Bit mind, bit body, bit spirit. We ride, walking in God's living room for healing. Open eyes, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I stand tall, grace in my lungs, power on my tongue, I conquer all.
All right. Dancing in the Rain. Welcome to the Fit Mind, Fit Body, Fit Spirit podcast. I am Kiana F. Brown, your amazing host, and I'm out here in the rain. I was supposed to record this podcast with my amazing guest that said, hey, we're not going to risk it. We're not going to chance getting caught in the rain, slipping, falling, hurting ourselves, and all of those things. So I decided to do a solo pod today. And on this solo pod, I'm talking about not letting the rain come down on your parade. So we're going to dance in the rain in this podcast. It's not going to be long because I don't want to get soaking wet. But however, I did not want to miss the opportunity to come and share on the Fit Mind, Fit Spirit, Fit Body podcast. I did not want to leave a month left uncovered. And so I am excited because I'm talking about something that is really, really near and dear to my heart. Something that has been a struggle with this weight loss journey that I've been on. So some of you may or may not know, back in 2021, I had the gastric sleeve. And so I have not been open with sharing that because there were a lot of people that I felt were going to be naysayers, some who might potentially discourage me, try to discourage me from doing this. But ultimately, with doing this, I found out that it has been the best decision for my life. So over the course of my 45 years of life, this is season 45, almost in season 46 in a month or so, I have dealt with trying to lose weight. It has been a struggle. It has been on and off my entire life. So much so that I've said that I am a career weight loser, right? That has been a career that I know how to lose it. I know how to put it back on. I know how to lose it again. I know how to put it back on. But at a particular point in 2021, well, let's say 2020 is when it started for me to try to lose the weight again. I had endured a knee surgery and I put back on weight that I had lost. More weight, actually. I had gotten up to about 300 pounds. I am 150 now. I'm excited about that. So it's merely been a whole body that I lost. And during this journey, it has been difficult. It has been hard. But I've been able to do it. I am under this little bridge thing that's making all types of noises, so please do not mind the interruption. But I got this quote the other day from a dear friend of mine in a text message that said, life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. And so I had to learn to make movement in the rain of me not being able to lose the weight that I wanted to. I had sought out many different things, tried all different types of fads, diets, just everything that you could imaginably think about. And it just wasn't happening for me in that season. And so I ran into someone who had the procedure, and I said, I'm going to look into this. So I looked into it and I found out information. And when I tell you, going through the process leading up to the procedure, it was not as easy as I thought it was going to be. I encountered many doctor's appointments. I encountered many physical challenges. But the one thing that I did know is that I knew everything about Kiana from her head to her toes. They were very detailed in doing the procedure to make sure that there were not going to be any mishaps. And there were things that I had to do. I had to lose some weight before even getting there. And so that was a journey, that was a struggle, but I met that with great success. And as a result of that, I was able to do the procedure in 2021. Now, directly after that, in the healing process, 2022, I lost my grandmother. And I feel that doing the surgery, when I did it, it was the greatest tool for me. Many people don't know that I suffer with depression, that I had suffered with overeating as a way to deal with it. And there have been many times where I can remember eating so much till I felt like I was almost having a heart attack. And I would sit there and I would hold on to pillows or whatever was next to me until that moment subsided. And because I could not combat what was going on in my mind, my body then went back to the refrigerator to then again indulge in what I felt like was killing me in that moment. And so doing that over and over again took a strain and a toll on my body, and that's how I regained all of that weight. But in 2022, right after having the procedure, my grandmother passed. I was in the healing stages of the procedure, and I could not even eat any more than an ounce of food. And for me, I thank God at that moment that I had the tool, because the surgery was nothing but a tool. I had that tool to help me not indulge or gorge out on food. And so I had to deal with all of the emotions that I was feeling, and I couldn't eat. I really literally could not eat even if I wanted to, because it would make me sick. And so right then and there, I knew that I had done the right thing. I picked up a tool that was going to help me not only just manage what I intook in my body, but also manage the thoughts that were in my head. And so that was the biggest hurdle for me. That was the biggest struggle, the biggest challenge, but I made it through. And then after getting to a certain point in my journey, I could not do anything to get any more weight off. And so the stigma or the belief behind the surgery is that, oh, the surgery does all the work. Lies. Those are complete lies, because that was not the case. As I was going through that journey, I had to do the work. I had to eat the right way, and I had to move my body in the right way. And so I was then introduced to my Boxercise family. And as a result, I was able to be around a community where I could grow and thrive, and I was having fun while doing it. And there's another component that pushed me to it, but that's a little inside thing that I will not share. That's just for that person and myself. But it also pushed me to move forward, to not lose out on the work that I was putting in. And so here I am, 2026, and I am still encountering the weight loss journey. I'm still encountering things that play with your mindset and learning how to navigate and push through them. So I learned that I had to keep going no matter what. But as I am going through these challenges, these changes, and my body is becoming different, the outside world is taking notice. And so as they're taking notice, people will say comments. They will have different things, different opinions that they would like to share with you as you're on this journey. And I had to learn to not allow for those things to rain on my parade, to rain on my mental mindset of where I have become as a person of progress in this journey. You know, when you go from one extreme to the next extreme, it may seem like a lot for some people who are on the outside who are viewing you. So here are some of the comments that I get. Oh, you look good. Are you losing weight? What have you done? You know, it's just like a whole list of things that people feel that they should say to you. And then also, some people have told me, oh, you don't need to lose any more weight. Just stop right there. I was even told not so long ago that I looked like I was evaporating, right? But as I went through that, you know, sometimes my mind goes to the place of, well, you didn't say that when I was putting on the weight. You didn't say that, you know, like, oh, Kiana, you know, you're gaining weight. Maybe you should do something different. You know, people feel that it's okay to say it once you've lost it, but they don't feel a place to give you encouragement to not gain it. But that can make you feel some type of way within yourself, you know, like, oh, am I really getting too small? You know, is this the right thing for me? And so I had to learn to have tough skin. I'm learning to be okay with the Kiana that I am today. And a lot of people don't realize when they make those comments and when they say certain things to people who are engaging in that process, that they're dealing with their own internal war. A lot of the times when people, you know, will tell me, oh, Kiana, you look great. You know, you look like you're losing more weight. And you don't even realize that when I was looking at myself in the mirror that morning, I felt like I was gaining weight. I felt like I was big again. It's an internal thing. It's a mindset. It's a mental capacity that you go through when you're dealing with losing weight. You know, a lot of people may see the outside, but they don't know what the challenge is on the inside. And so I'd encourage people that are watching other people's journeys to just kind of be a little bit more cautious about what you say to them. You don't realize what's going on in the inside. It has taken a lot for me to get here. And I'm pretty sure that there are others. It has taken a lot for them to get to where they are. But a lot of that work is not just the physical work. A lot of that work is mental work. They have to learn how to rebuild their mindset because they were in a place where they were low and they were sunken. And the other day I walked in the gym and my coach said to me, he said, oh, I see you, Kiana. Kiana got on her new little outfit. She's doing it. And, you know, she's rocking this and rocking that. And I had to think about that. You know, he's like, oh, you're doing little videos in the car. And I was like, yes, because I really, really, really feel good about myself. But then there are those comments, like I said before, when people tell you to not lose any more weight, to not do this, to not do that. And it's like, well, should I not continue my journey? Should I not keep up with what I've been doing? And I want to encourage those that are on your journey that this is your journey. This is your journey. It is for you. It is not for anyone else. And so no matter what the next person has to say, you have to learn how to feel healthy and sustainable in your own body. And you have to learn how to move your mind forward no matter what the next person has to say. And so I just wanted to let people know that those who have had mental health issues, those comments can discourage another person's progress. And although you may think that you're saying something great, although you may think that you are encouraging them, sometimes it can be a place of discouragement for them. So those who are on this journey with me, don't let others rain on your parade. Take those positive words with you, and those non-helpful comments, just let them roll off like the rain is rolling off of us, because we're not going to let anyone rain on our parade. As I said in the beginning of this, listen, life is not about waiting for the storm to pass. It's learning to dance in it. And so we may be going through storms within our mind where we don't feel that we can surpass them. But I want to encourage you today on the Fit Mind, Fit Spirit, Fit Body podcast that you can do whatever you set your mind to. Your mind is your greatest tool to get through this challenge. Feed yourself with encouragement. Feed your mind with positivity. And know that at the end of the day, you're doing all that you have to do so that your mind can stay fit, so that your body can stay fit. And eventually your spirit will belong and join the path. Remember, this podcast, we are journeying to a path of healthiness. We're walking the path of growth. We're walking the path of being open-minded. We're walking the path of being free. So this is your place, this is your moment, and this is your season. Be stronger than your excuse. I am Kiana F. Brown, and you have tuned in to another Fit Mind, Fit Spirit, Fit Body podcast. Though it has been short, we've been encompassed by the rain, but we're enduring for the strong that is coming ahead. I love you all. Be blessed and see you soon.
Fit mind, fit heart, fit body, rise. Oh, we climb these hills under open skies. Oh, growth in every heartbeat. Stay